Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and in today's video we're going to analyze a game played in the finals of Airthings Masters. I guess you know that Magnus Carlsen is the winner of the event, is the winner of Airthings Masters, which is the first event of the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour. In the finals on the second day, Carlsen defeated Russian chess grandmaster Ian Nepomniachtchi with a game to spare. In this video, we will analyze the last game of this event. Nepomniachtchi is on the white side and he opened up with e4, to which Carlsen answered with c5. Sicilian defense is on the board and Carlsen goes for the so-called French Sicilian and he chooses Taiwan variation. Bishop e3 a6, g4. In here, as you know, the main moves are queen d2, queen d3, queen f3, bishop e2, but in our game we have a slightly offbeat line starting with g4, and from the 7th move on, white is revealing his aggressive intentions. White castled queenside, bishop b7, king b1, knight f6 f3, making the pawn chain complete, rook c8, g5, knight h5, a standard square for the knight, of course, when it's attacked by the enemy g-pawn. Queen goes back on d2. Queen d2 is good because you are both taking under control the f4 square and at the same time you are preventing, for example, bishop c5, which can allow black to go for a simplification. Bishop e7, well, at this point it's not that clear. Why not bishop b4 and then bishop takes c3, damaging opponent's queenside pawn structure. Bishop e7 is slightly passive. Bishop h3 b4. White knight is driven away and we have d5 move. Whenever you can make this d5 move in typical positions, it's welcomed, and that's something which can allow black to open up the position, activate his pieces and create a counterplay. Meanwhile, white is attacking opponent's knight, which is placed somewhat awkwardly, and bishop takes h5. At this point, better is bishop d4, but let's first go through the game and then I will turn on Stockfish and we will stop on key moments. Bishop takes h5, g takes h5, knight f4, d takes e4, knight takes h5, d takes f3. This d pawn suddenly went too far, right guys? Yeah, it was the d pawn, and it has already reached the 3rd rank. Nice progress, buddy. Bishop f4. At the moment, let me tell you that knight f6 is the move, but again we will come back to it later. Queen d8. White is in here rejecting the offer of exchange of queens, and meanwhile black's light squared bishop is occupying a nice outpost and is firing on a2. So the queen can also jump into the attack and black is just doing great. Knight f6 check, bishop takes f6, g takes f6, but let me tell you that already is too late for this knight f6 check. Rook g8, and now since black rook wants to infiltrate opponent's camp, it's high time to stop that intrusion with rook d2. But white underestimated the power of that move, played rook e1, and after rook g2 he's getting a lost position. Queen a7, and now black has to be very careful because the threat is rook takes d5. That's why Carlsen played queen d7. Queen goes back on d4 and the pawn on c2 dropped. Yeah, white is in a very tough situation. Bishop goes back on c1, and as we have reached the critical position, please try to find black's next moves. Ready? In here, Carlsen went for an exchange sacrifice. A key defender is removed and now white's position is collapsing. And in case of rook takes c1, bishop takes a2 is winning. White is losing his queen. In our game we have king takes c1 and there comes queen c6 check. King b1, queen a4. Now black is threatening checkmate in 2. White played rook d2, but after Carlsen's next move resigned. There comes bishop takes a2 and it's over. White's position is lost. If king c1 then check, then another check, and yeah, black is announcing a checkmate. Okay, now we'll go through the game while Stockfish is on. Bishop e7 was made by Carlsen, but yeah, as you can see, according to Stockfish, bishop b4 is the move. Better try, of course, a more active try, bishop b4, bishop takes c3. We have bishop e7, and gradually the advantage is starting to bend on white side. b4 knight e2 d5, bishop g4, g6, and bishop takes h5. Yeah, at this point, according to Stockfish, bishop d4 is the move. If black castles kingside, then e5, and if here, then h4, and white has a very strong kingside attack. And if you make a move like rook g8, then it takes d5, and then h4, and again, yeah, looks like that white is doing great. Maybe still it's not a problem that black king is stuck in the center, but in future it can become a target. Instead, in our game we have bishop takes h5, g takes h5, knight f4, although still bishop h5 is, it's not that bishop h5 is bad. D takes e4, knight takes h5, e takes f3, and in here white again lost the momentum and played bishop f4. Better is going for knight f6 check straight away. If bishop takes f6, then g takes f6. And if bishop e4, for example, then king a1, you have to find king a1 move. And this is how white is getting a better position. Queen takes c2 can't be played because there is a checkmate coming. And what is interesting in here, if bishop takes c2, oops, then bishop b6 is allowing white to announce a checkmate. A very, very nice move. Yeah, that's why at this point black should play bishop d5. For example, neutralize the threat down the d file. Instead, in our game we have bishop f4 and queen d8. Queen e3, bishop d5, knight f6 check. And yeah, already it's late for knight f6. Better was neutralizing the attack with b3. But yeah, we have knight f6 check, and now finally it's black who is doing better. G takes f6, rook g8, rook e1. Yeah, this is already a serious mistake. It was high time to stop the rook intrusion. Instead we have rook e1, and the rest is a matter of technique. There comes rook g2. Queen is, well, if here, what is this rook d2 giving black? Then just queen f6, right? Queen f6, or I don't know, queen a5, intensifying the pressure. But how are you going to make a progress in here? Oh, and then rook takes c2 is coming. Oh, this is so beautiful, guys. If here, then takes, queen takes c2, it's over. This is a massacre. This is a massacre, guys. This pawn is also coming, and this is crushing. So we have queen a7, and now since at the moment the threat is rook takes d5, black played queen d7, queen d4, yeah, and then with Ng's precision, Carlsen is destroying opponent's position. Queen a4, rook c1, yeah, popped up as the first move. Takes, check. King b1, queen a4, and yeah, resignation followed. A very nice and complex game, and in that complexity under time pressure, it was Carlsen who showed high class, it was Carlsen who prevailed. Feel free to share this game with your friends as well, and in the end a chess puzzle where the task is to win with the white pieces. As usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in my next video.